we're gonna trash out some very important issues this very evening. Oh, today is not even Sunday. Well, I couldn't wait till tomorrow. Now, prior before the British invasion in 1897, everyone understands a particular history of the Edo people. That the Ezomo, who is the head, it deputizes, the Iyase is the head of the military might of Benin Kingdom, as stipulated in the tradition of the land. Deputized by Ezomo. But on a very rare occasion, must the Iyase be allowed to lead the battlefront? Very rare occasions. So usually it is the Ezomo that always go on the forefront of the battle line of the Benin people. So that's why, because of that uncommon responsibility of the Ezomo, he was able to acquire so much wealth for himself. By standard, Ezomo is the richest from all historical perspective. Ezomo has always been the richest Edo man, only bested by the Oba of Benin, all throughout the history for over 1,000 years, because he's previewed to have material resources through conquest of war. It's in terms of servants, it's in terms of slaves, it's in terms of all of those spoils of wars were usually properties of the Ezomo. So the Ezomons were known to be very wealthy. In short, the first man in the atlas of the history of the Edo people to use an elephant, Yawigwe Yawuhun, was Ezomo Agma. Many years later, it was repeated by Iyase Noheme. Then thirdly, before Oba Akenzwa II was able to use Eni Yawuhun. These were rare features. It shows how wealthy the Ezomons are. But in 1897, for whatever reasons, Naya Wobaho, in a bid to rebel against the Oba of Benin, the Ezomo of that era, of that reign in 1897, had said, and I quote, that Enyoshoku Yedo, that he does not have any role to play in the course of the war, the British invasion in 1897. So that means the Benin people went to war without their warlord, without their number one general. That was a conspiracy between the Iyase of that era, Iyase Okizi, and the Ezomo of that era. They decided not to lead the Benin people to war because, according to them, they were not the cause of the war, so they had no reason to be part of that war. Those were the reasons that they gave. So we cannot also be part. We cannot also be part of. We can also be part of that warfare. All right, that's what they said. The British eventually brought the war and defeated the Benin people. After which, when the British has defeated the Edo people, what becomes of the Ezomo today? The Ezomo now became like a chief, like every other person. na TV na ya wo or he will be ho. Na TV na ya wo or he will be ho. They played the role of neutrality. They wanted to weaken the environment of that era. But today, how relevant is the Ezomo? Ezomo used to be the most relevant of all the chiefs. One of the most relevant of all the chiefs in Benin Kingdom. But today, where is the Ezomo of today? He played the role of neutrality, and his descendants are suffering from that cowardly act. Why am I taking us through that very important history? Is to remind the Benin people of their present day cowardice. So remind the Benin people of their present day cowardice. That those who have been enabled, those who draw from the pool of greatness, those who became relevant as a result of the traditional institution, who decide to remain mute. When anything happens to the traditional institution, the ripple effect is that they will remain irrelevant for life. I had a couple of my friends who came, they came to my office 3 years ago. We were talking generally. Then I told him, I told him, and I told what I told them was that were they not aware of the grand conspiracy of the state government against the traditional institution of the Edo people? The facts not interested. I saw the disinterest in them. I saw Edo people not interested. The only thing they said was wherever Omade possible near. The fact disinterested. They were not interested. It wasn't appealing to them. It wasn't a thing of interest to them. I saw it in their faces. I could read their countenance. They were more interested about we having a business conversation. They were more interested in Alpha, Iwoni, Nuvini Madori. That's what was interesting to them. Then I asked one of them a very simple question that I would like to ask some chiefs and some Enigi today. I asked one of them. I said, news where the Edo state government has abolished the Okaili title or the Okaili position because you people are land grabbers. You know, can you remember? Then I told them that a state government didn't make an announcement in that amount they gave me Okaili Vedo. You know, you people went for a protest. Or yes, you know, where did you protest to? Or where we protested to the palace of the Oba of Benin. Then I asked him, why did you protest to the palace of the Oba of Benin instead of to a Edo state government house? Then he said, Nyo Barimaya. Then I told him that there's something you need to understand. That the concept of the Okaileship is a traditional institutional concept. It is where It is where you draw your source of inspiration from. It is what makes you important and relevant. The major reason you're talking about let's come and do business is because you are in a position where you can be able to transact with business-minded people. And that position is a gift from the palace. And I told them, when there is a deliberate destruction of that traditional institution of which your power is drawn from, you will cease to exist and you will no longer be relevant. And when you are not of Kaili, you are not relevant. The major reason you are able to sell these lands is because you draw power from a source. The source is currently being threatened. If you're smart, if you guys are reasonable, you rally around your source to defeat your common enemy and interest. After all, the state government through Obaseki, it has an interest of a particular amount of money, and that is why he's willing and he is willing to break down any obstacle. You also have an interest to protect as an Okaile or as Okailes. You must protect your interest, and your interest, the source of your interest, is from the palace. The sole reasons. When I said that, they were walking in the spirit, because I needed to make them understand that you think of Makawe, that is what you think. You think of Makawe, but Agagiswene Ogakawe, because you will not realize how foolish and stupid you've been living in Makawe. And that's why I had to take us back to the event of the British invasion of 1897. Those who said Omakaya, where are them today in the polity of today? As highly exalted as Izomo was, there is the position of Izomo today. He refused to join the Benin people to fight the British, but where he refused, a decision he later regretted. He later regretted it. So anyone who is coward enough, who feels that this thing do not concern them, let me tell you, let's talk about today's topic very, very well. The chiefs. Why have they kept mute? Why have they kept mute? A lot of people have been calling. Why is it that it's only you and your some few friends are the one or in Inana Zutanta? It's you people that are stressing over this matter. What is happening? Why are the other ones not talking about it? I told them that, look at Izodua. Does Izodua have anything to benefit? Does Izodua have anything to benefit? My father is not an Enoge. My father is not the chief in the palace. I do not have a direct beneficiary from the palace, but what I love is I love my land. I love my land. I love the throne, and I love my king. I love my land. I love the throne, and I love my king, and that is what drives me. One of the Enoge, I'm going to mention him at the later part, reached out to the councils of some of the Nigi, telling them that this is what is on ground. That was about 5-6 days ago, telling them that Oheke Now, Guan Kaimina. For the past 5-6 days, they have not replied. For the past 5-6 days, the Nige, they have not been able to come together to give a response on this matter. Why? Why? Very simple. They are very selfish. They are very self-centered. They don't deserve any atom of our respect because they are not patriotic. They don't have. And I'm going to tell you, because Obaewa Makia Guaneani aya dweki. Many awa dweki with egwa where or moere diawa. We'll speak about some certain things today. So that Benin people should understand. So that Benin people should understand the current situation on ground. Why these people are mute? Why are these people mute? First, there was a rot. The Benin people prayed because some very, very, very dangerous, unscrupulous people were using the palace to propitiate so much atrocities in the land. You go to communities and a Noghe will not be able to speak the truth in the matter because he has collected 2 million or 3 million or 4 million from one person from the other party. They became an instrument of corruption. They became an instrument whereby instead of them to be justice, to bring justice to the people, they were not the one who subverted the justice in the land. They were not the one who subverted the justice in the land. At the point in time where it was accounted severally that una a chief is so iwo or hiana ne wa that was how bad it was. That was how bad it was. They completely felt that the palace is a marketplace where you do buying, selling, and trading. Alright? They completely saw the palace as a place where you do buying and selling and trading. They were no longer interested in bringing justice, in bringing truth, in bringing honesty, in bringing integrity as part of the basic foundational element that is required as an Edo man. What Edo people were known for. They became a direct opposite of all of these ideas. They became self-centered. They became very selfish because amagi care guaniani anadweki or baiwa amagi care guaniani ayadweki. So they now started to have a rebellious character. Why do you think that a lot of them are very cold? Why do you think that some of them are through their neutrality rebelling also against the palace? Why do you think that they are also working with the same enemies of this kingdom? Because of the fact that and the Benin people do not understand what is going on. Are we saying that Oba should open up the gates for these unscrupulous characters who are supposed to bring justice, who are supposed to bring truth, who are supposed to mentor us, the younger generations? Are we saying that the Omonoba should open the gates so that they can perpetrate their heinous atrocities and crime in the land? He banned them. He told them to go and change their ways. the fact that Odie Vayanure. And that is why you see a lot of them are mute. A lot of them are mute. It is a despicable character of them. I assure you, we don't need them. We don't need them because they are not relevant. The only thing they know is about themselves. What they know is to bring crisis to their community, sell lands, lie, and you demata. Otherwise, why have the Enige not called? We are not saying that they should front. They should speak bad against the governor. They might not have the boldness or the guts that some of us have. No! But at least they should be seen speaking on the matter. They know some of the truth of Menaya Boedoe. Why are they not speaking on the matter? Why are they not concerned? Why are they not concerned about all of these things that are going on? They are aware. I'm not telling you. Only one Enoge in all of these has stood out. Only one Enoge, and it's quite a young Enoge. I think I heard it was the first Enoge that was crowned by our present monarch, Enoge of Ogwa. A young Enoge who has maintained, who has stood his ground, who has maintained his extreme loyalty to the palace. These are the people that Obaiwaye is well pleased with. But if a message would have been sent to them 5 days ago, when I tell me if I got 20 million, or Nadia government house, I got 10 million, it will take them less than 2 hours to get there. You go now bigger. So let the Benin people shine their eyes and see the handwriting on the wall. Our monarch, Oba of Benin, is trying to fight the corruption that he met, and the corruptions are fighting back. We have to rally around him and fight the corruption head on. The fact that the essence of the palace is to eat and eat and eat. Is to eat and eat and eat. Ogyoyi, anybody. If they say that they are not criminals, let them come out and speak on this matter. We went further to inquire why. They said because a lot of them are under the payroll of the state government. But I want to tell them something. I want to tell them something. The source of their power, the source of their relevance is from the palace. If I have my way, if I have an opportunity to meet Obaiwaye, Ogidigan, one of the recommendations I'm going to give to him, that Omiawe Nigenaya, that saw a lot of these things happening in Amagwayo, let me now see, if you are not an Enoge, how you will not be saying because the state government has put you under the payroll, you are an Enoge. Oba made you an Enoge. That is why you are relevant enough that the state government is now recognizing you to pay you anything that you are paying. So your relevance is to the palace. Your relevance is to the palace. So when you stop being Enoge, the state government will not recognize you. That is the foolishness. That is the foolishness. The major reason that the state government recognizes you as an institution under your own dukedom is because you have been enabled by Obanokwa. If you are not an Enoge, do you think the state government would have had any to do? If you are not an Ohe, for example, or you're not Enoge, or you're not this, come on. So now, the institution that has empowered you to become relevant today, you are folding your hands. It's too much. I mean, why get the near guy fake? Why get the near guy ra? All the CMM you why the palace came, Obayawai came, he instituted sanity into the system. You can't be a chief and dress again there. Before Obayawai came, you will see some chiefs, a white. A white is in a black. You can't be a chief. You should understand why you wear white. White means purity. When you get to the palace, it is expected that it's only the truth you must speak. That is why you wear white. It's a sign of someone who is pure. You can't wear brown. You can't wear red. You can't wear black or purple. You wear white. It is a sign of purity. Understand? So now, because he now said, why did you go key? Then I felt that is that your job? Is their job to eat? I said, bomber. I say, bomber. Only where you no get ba, only where you no get a no get ya do. Is that why you became an Enoge? Is that why you became an Ohen? Or is that why you became an Ojongwe? You're supposed to be an instrument of justice to your people. You own that allegiance first to your people. When there's a crisis in their community, they will run. They will run. I mean, or they will come back. Take care. Let's show our few Rolls Royce at the detriment of their community. Nothing. Most of them don't have houses in their community. They build houses in Benin and allow their community to suffer. They will leave their community and say, is that how you people intend? Is that your function as an Enoge? You are supposed to be the first ambassador of the Oba of Benin in your community, bringing justice to your people. But self-centeredness and greed has made them not to understand the truth of the matter. And we must cut them out. Enough is enough. Are they all silent now? Of what use are they to us? Of what use are they to us? What use are they to us? Do not tell us. Are they not even a problem? Of what use are these Enoge to us? Of what use? Of what use are they to us? They have no use. Ya dollar away, ya dollar. Temata, Ata. Bring development to your community. I will. Ni amu we ya mu adedo. Na do ya mu iwo ni kwa. All right. So of what use are they? If the original concept of the earliest Obas of Benin in having all of these dukes has been defeated, then it's of no use. So a time will come, we will start clamoring to Omonoba that it is not the reason you created them. The reason you created, they were created, they have no use. So we don't need them anymore. They think that we should worship them? No. 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 So let's call a spade a spade. Let's start facing these people. Now, the institution that has given you so much power is being currently undermined by the state government, and you have the temerity to close your mouth shut and not say anything. You decide to remain neutral. Then because they don't deserve our respect anymore. They don't deserve our respect anymore. For a penny of 100,000 naira or 50,000 naira that you are being paid monthly, you seal your mouth as against everything that you see of a grand conspiracy against the source of your power. Is that not foolishness? On you coming? On you coming? Because 50,000, 100,000, now you know okay agba ekene not yet in nwe e no say no na do the 50,000, 100,000 okay agba is being currently on the mind and we about do know you ma ka we or agbango ya egbe wa ba or agbango ya egbe wa ba. I gave the story of Izomo. It's a lesson to everybody who has sense. It's a lesson to everybody, and to also now remember now is in all of this struggle for the past 2 weeks. Suffice to state that we may understand very cleanly and clearly is that in all of this, I am still waiting for Eweka's family to discuss about this matter. I am still waiting for Akenzwa family to discuss about this matter. I'm still waiting for even Ibiere Diawa to discuss on this matter. We are waiting for crying out loud. The royal family, Egbeweka, Akenzwa, Erediawa, are they not having children? Why are they not speaking on this matter? Why are they not speaking on this matter? Let's know where some of these problems are coming from, because we should start expanding our horizon to see some of these issues. We should start expanding our horizons to see these issues. How come that the only people speaking on this matter are not either Eweka or Akenzwa or Eredia? I don't want to go to the people, about the few persons that have been very vocal about this are children of Ehensoyen. I've seen children of Ehensoyen speak on this matter. The other day when we did a press conference, one of the speakers is one of the direct descendants of Oba Ehensoyen. We have another of our brother who is an ardent follower of this group. It's also an Ehensoyen. They are speaking on this matter. But Eghioba, Eweka, Akenzwa, Erediawa, why are they not coming out to speak on this matter? I'm not a direct beneficiary from the throne. May direct. Well, we are all Eghioba, but we are not a direct beneficiary of this. Those who are directly benefited from the fact that they are from the royal family, why are they not speaking on this matter? Why are they allowing Izoduwa, a young boy who came from Iyekoreon, that is not a grandson or a son or a great grandson of either Eweka or Akenzo or Eredia or Vorame or Adolo, or this is the one speaking on this matter, and likewise every other person. But where are the Ewekas, the Akenzwas, the Eredias? Why are they not speaking on this matter? Because it concerns the throne. It concerns the throne. It is not a battle by why. Let people get this thing clear, so that I don't understand their shallow minds. Let not anybody get this thing clear. Let everybody let we get this thing clear. It's not about by why. It is about the throne. 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 I want to fight him for the throne. It is about the throne. We are fighting for the throne. You are direct beneficiaries of the throne. Why are you not speaking up? You are in the comfort of your houses. You are in the comfort of your places. I'm just a young man who is struggling to feed. As it is now, it is an overwhelming evidence that there is a grand conspiracy against the throne. Whether you agree or not, it is real, it is true. Then you could not, in the comfort of your places, speak in the protection of the throne that your father, your grandfather, your great-grandfather sat upon. Then tomorrow you will not be saying, of your bahi, of your banuhi. Of your banuhi. If you cannot speak to protect the throne, then we will lie down with your bahi. How? Do you think it's about? I think the world is moving gradually from the position that you think you hold. It's about how you bring relevance to the position that you hold. Tomorrow now, why we create only we near like why I do wear one I want that if you're buying it. Igbinaroto ni I am Idogbina. Yama Idogbina. Igbinaroto. Am Idogbina. Igbinaroto now. Am Idogbina. Before we go for protest, let's trash some issues out. Let's call a spade a spade. A protest would definitely go, but we have to speak senses into our people's head. They are too dormant. They are too coward. They are too coward. If you can't speak on behalf of the throne, as a direct beneficiary of the throne, so what makes you think that the throne should recognize you tomorrow? Do that when we get the ya we business. Why get the egwa dweki? Obadia. This is the time of Obaiwa, and only him and Ewa's children should enjoy the benefit of the palace. Every other person should walk like when my winner. Everybody should walk. This reign, it's Obaiwa and his children. So every other person should walk for Ewa and his children. Because there was a time everybody walked for Obaiwa and his children. There was a time everybody walked for Bakenzo and his children. There was a time everybody walked for Eweka and his children. It is now everybody has to walk for Obaiwa and his children. Erioye Oba Eghioba dia. So we need to call ourselves out. This is about the throne. This is about the heritage. I'm a Benin man. It must be in words and in action. It must be in words and in action. Not just only words. It must be in action. Oh, am I a slave? That I always do one the power was here bibi here where to bu where ladian that do mean banana. Everybody has to come out because don't have moya. Let everybody come out and fight this battle. There's a way forward, my brother. There's always a way forward. We have talked about the steps on how we need to do or what we should do, but the truth is, while talking about the way forward, we must also talk about the problem. We must also talk about the problem. Why are the chiefs quiet? Why are the Nige quiet? Why are the Oba's children, the area children, the if you reach them, they'll say, I hear them when they say things like, you are doing a great job. They'll tell you that you are doing a great job. That guy is doing a great job. What have you done? You are recognized today because you are a son of the throne. It is the throne that gives you the recognition that you have. It is the same throne that is being threatened. If this throne is undermined, you are undermined. That is what people don't understand. Is this thing? It's a very easy thing now. The relevance that you get is from the throne. The major reason Obiobano, this one are prince, this one are Ori, this one are princess, this one are Oko, this one are Obi, is because of the throne. Currently, the throne is being undermined, and you are keeping short. Please, avoid me. I've said it. All the social cultural group, I deleted myself the day before yesterday. I deleted myself. All except my own social cultural group, which is Association of Great Benin Descendants. Every other social cultural group, I deleted myself. They are all forming blind spots to all of these things happening. They are aware, but they are rather covering it with Atiku, Peter Obi, and Tinubu. They are aware, but in order for them not to see that Amami Mita, that they are disguising themselves by trying to distract their own attention, not my own attention, because I'm well focused on this matter. This is the only matter I will be discussing for as long as it will take until this matter has been seen to a conclusive end. They are all giving blind spots, talking about politics, because they don't want to be seen as if I'm not going to the matter now. So they are using politics to cover up. Politics are agbuwa. May any of you call me for our life again for make yabu izoduwa come and appear in my program Nado history. Nido history come and appear in this program. Do day by social cultural group. Again, yana no wa. Wawa asim you say do wawa ye. Wana discuss article. Why article? Not do I appear a social cultural live program or what? Why ati Tinubu? They think they are very smart. They think they are very smart. They always think that they are very smart. Of what use? It beats my imagination. Of what use? Of what use? Why would a Benin man keep mute? I don't get. Why would a Benin man keep mute? Because the state government, it shows how lazy we have become. I'm able to speak very confidently because I'm not under the payroll of Edo state government. Because I work hard for my money. I work hard for my money. If an Edoma at his adulthood is afraid to speak the truth because of his lalobo, only for one year, only time because of his lalobo. Come on. Exactly. Yeah, Bunya, Monsieur Kwase. They were all affected now. When I were human trafficking, or see me even if they are not coming out publicly, they are inherently supporting. And the Beninese who are genuinely working hard for their money are not seeing this foreplay. The question is, you should ask, why is it that they are not against Obai? Why? It is not as if he's at fault. He's a man who brought changes to the system. When you try to change a corrupt system, the corruption begins to fight back. All these nonsense people who speak on social media, they are the product of this corruption that Omoewa is trying to eradicate. Then people now say that, I heard when people now say that it doesn't draw people close to themselves and all of that. How do you expect him to draw people close to himself when he obviously sees how corrupt these people are? When you obviously see how corrupt these people are. So, what I want to say here, and I would like to say it very categorically, very clearly, is that we have a system that has been corrupted prior before the coronation of His Majesty in 2016. He came, started to make proper changes to these institutions. But the institutions who are bent on using dubious means to rip off the sweat of our people. You now hear people say that they go to the palace and they don't get justice. You now hear people say that they can no longer go to the palace because of the corruption. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the corruptions that Obaiwai is trying to eradicate. But they are making it humanly possible that this corruption remains. They are fighting back. Most of these people are the ones who are not keeping mute. Most of these people who are not keeping mute. I even not a matter when. If you just want to know what the 50,000 naira or 100,000 naira, understand why the Noghegiase what amount Tony? Well, you are quick you know wow, or you know my way in since the rightful owner what I might not give me 500,000 for Tony. Why like a Omunwania? Omunwan. Oh, Igbo. That's how dubious they are. That's how dubious they are. Oh, Igbo. I know I know how to Tony over here do no. Do Igbo what the 500,000 and no give. Or na wa mi or na ye ko tare ye makwe hi ho. I'm not lying against them. It is the reality. It's what we see every day. Then you now ask me, Zodwa, the me respected Barema, anybody I do what in the old. These elders, these Enigi, these of John Way, these on they were instrument of justice. How do you think that the present day society of Benin has been grounded to almost zero? How do you think? That's the question I'm asking. How do you think it has been grounded to zero? It has been grounded to zero because of these unscrupulous elements. These unscrupulous elements who are poised on disgracing, embarrassing everything that an Eghioba stands for and represents. These are the dubious elements that have kept mute. I haven't said it's all of them. I haven't said it's all of them. But majority of them are dubious. Majority of them are dubious. And if they cannot come clean and speak, not against the state government in case they say they are afraid. Yes, they are afraid. Obviously they are. But at least let them speak against the Ogiame, this Arisco and his followers. Obaseki won't dano, but at least you could speak against the Arisco. That come on no uni edu mwaduri ayo babo. Abe yase name yeso. Abe mini abe uwo. O to pa, o to na hin, o to no hin, o pa ke kan ya ha wa hin hin. Eke na ana mi la lo bo pa, ana mi ya. Abe ami e abe ala o demata, abe atemata uwe. They should change their style. Their style is almost fat. It's almost mundane. It's fashioned out. What I mean by that they should say, I don't buy that you change. Many are very women. Let them embarrass us. Let them humiliate us by saying that there are still few ones that are good, but majority of them are bad. Most especially in Raw. Most of them don't sit here totally working. I don't know how to move no word. Yeah, more away Onisani Hua Bedo. Yeah. Most of these community boys are killing themselves. None of this energy. As far as the money keeps entering the Enigi pocket, they don't care. At the point in time, they formed an association. Listen to this very vital information. There was a time they formed an association of Enigi. Here we have a president, here have a vice. They cannot buy you. They did all those nonsense during Obadiah's reign. And Obadiah came and said, you can't do that. Otherwise, why do I see that why I believe or why do I attack me? About the president of Enigi do because when you give an Eghioba, this is a fact, take it to the bank. When you give an Eghioba 1 inch, he wants to take 100 kilometers. That is the corruption. When you give, Obra Benin gives some levity to this Roland Eghioba, gave them some levity. And look at what they turned it into. Every single person in the palace that was given a levity of freedom, they overdid it. And this said Enigi, started amassing chieftaincy titles for themselves. Customarily, Enoge is only enabled with 2 chiefs, Enobori and Ehama. We now saw some Enige in some of these communities having as much as 15 to 20 chiefs, in as far that Enoge allow me 100,000. Chieftaincy title. They now became an instrument to ridicule our very customs and tradition. The people who are supposed to bring justice, who are supposed to bring uprightness to our tradition, they now became an instrument of destruction. To read, we have no guess. I on a 15 chiefs. When in fairness, Enoges of the old or Enige of the old were only enabled to have just 2 chiefs, Enobori and Ehama. Ofo 15 chiefs, so 20 chiefs, so 25 chiefs. So they now went to form an association. That association was to. When we had an association, ever do. Now you have you back home. Now you have you Tony Boom. Now you use if any younger one of them wants to become an Enoge. Now you have you okay. Yeah, I don't know. Enoge. You should be 20 plots in man. Yeah. Okay, yeah, go more one. Now I'm Enoge. No, I'm the president of the Enoge. So that, but we the 20 plots well, you know, they no longer stand for themselves in truth and in honesty, but in kind, in money, in gifts, through corruption, became the order of the day. And Omon Ewa came and said, you cannot operate an association. You are supposed to use your offices for your dukedoms as my ambassadors, as my eye. What concerns you with an association? Oh, you man, why you bitu wa haibe kwa ba ya dori. He cancelled that association. Yeah, go. Yeah, why because on me ya benefits, on me go near ya view, on me political appointment near ya lobby. Otherwise, if you are not going to use it to lobby, to go and probably go and meet one politician, the governor or the commissioner or the senator or the House of Rep or the minister that on behalf of the association of the Nigi, we came to pay you a courtesy call or how about the 1 million or the 2 million on the QE I do or more why not on a stopping a QE I do. So with all of these things, do you think these people will be happy? It's not they're even happy. They're even happy now of what is going on. Yeah, well, actually, because Odeda Wamudia do Odeda do there's no way higher. If you stand for the path of the truth, you must be favored by the land. But if you stand on the path of bad, the land will consume you. The Benin people must rise. As a matter of fact, this thing will not end here. We'll continue to talk about it and we will start a revolution. The revolution is to ensure that an Enoge who is empowered by the Oba of Benin can no longer intimidate an Edo man in his land. I have seen some Enoge intimidating an Edo man because probably when we worry, we must stop it. Or we have to track it because even the responsibilities given to them by the Oba of Benin, they are not currently doing it. Even your Bonia Yenedo, other than themselves, we must stop it. We must stop it. And this is not rebellion. They are living. They are almost at living their usefulness. If they cannot stand by the throne, so they shouldn't exist. They shouldn't exist. If they cannot stand by the throne, they shouldn't exist. If they feel that their title is hereditary, that they are untouchable, it's very simple. If the children of this Enige, if the first sons of these Eniges do not start talking sense to their father, when their father dies, the palace will no longer be given, will no longer enable them to sit on that stool of their father. And let me see how they become relevant and become ungrateful. For the people who suggested about the protest, we're going to do protest by this coming week. We're going to set up a committee because I want the protest to hit at least 5 countries. 5 countries. I want a protest to hit Germany. I want a protest to hit UK and probably United States, Italy, and probably Spain, and Nigeria and Benin. We're going to walk by the guidance of God and our ancestors. We're going to do a protest, and the protest will run concurrently the same day. It will be a protest that is going to run at least 5 countries in one day. The protest is not to insult anybody. The protest is to revalidate our consciousness as an Edoma, to reinvalidate of our loyalty to the throne, to reinvalidate that no man born of any woman henceforth will go scot-free for insulting a traditional institution. It's going to be a peaceful protest, but we are going to send a very strong message to all of those who are engaged in petty conspiracy. We know them. They are the big people in Edo land that you all look up to. They are all involved in this conspiracy against the palace. Because or Mario Boyo ni aya de gwa do akiwi ni aka ha do akiwi not be. We are the majority. They are far the minority. They are far the minority. These people are not even up to 1% of the Edo population. These people are not even up to 1% of the Edo population. We are far the majority. I have received countless of calls, text messages, calls from our people. I appreciate all of you. Those who have prayed for me, those who are worried about my safety, I appreciate all of you. Osa Osinyoba Mabima Keka Osa Venika Omudia Imayeke. Appreciate all of the concerns. Appreciate all of the solidarity. At the point in time, I was receiving voice notes whereby some people were saying that if things don't improve in the next 1 week, they are going to buy flight ticket, they are going to come. Enough is enough. We can no longer stand neutral and allow people insult the throne and go scot-free. We have to change that. If you insult the Queen of England, 72 hours you will be dropped down. Wherever you are, 72 hours they must look for you and drop you down. If you insult the Queen of England, the Queen of England don't mass Oba Benin. So now we can no longer tolerate this nonsense. We can no longer tolerate these idiots to cast aspersion against the throne of the Oba of Benin. We will sanitize the system and allow once again Edo to be the land where truth, honesty and integrity prevails. Does anybody give you a deceptive idea that the Benins are not united? That's not true. We are very united. I gave you the concept of Mako Banedo. You know, I told you, and that's why I played that song. That's one of my favorite songs. So that's why I played it a couple of times, because I understand what it clearly means. So if anybody tells you that the Benins are not united, come on, we are very united. We just need a spark. What's going on with my network? Come on. Oh, okay. So I can't see comments. I'm trying to log in with this phone so that I can bring comment. I can bring some people live. If you want to come live, I can bring some people live. So if you have what you want to contribute, so that you can contribute. And what's going on my network? So I'm unable to So ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I think My network is a bit messing up, so I think I needed to see a piece of my mind, and let us understand we have to stand together. We have to be united in one cause and one purpose, and to ensure that every enemies of Edo land do not succeed. Do not succeed. We must come together and collectively defend our cultural heritage. They know of that. They know of how unique and great and purposeful our history is. So that is what they are against. It pisses them off. It makes them so angry. But in truth, will sum out Edo Eghioba. We will sum out. We will sum out. We will sum out. So that's all I can say for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Will not be possible. That's why I had to come online today. I'll see you guys very soon, and I'll be convening shortly. What plans that we have for the joint protest. Understand, they have sworn. We have an enemy who has sworn to undermine the palace. We must stand together and resist and fight and resist all of these enemies. So those of you who are following me, continue to follow me. You continue to get updates on the Noghegiase. We will not back down until we see this fight to a reasonable conclusion, in favor of us, no retreat, no surrender. So why I was it Obama got talk by so I'll see you guys very soon. Wafeko Usaitima.